So I was playing the Kortz Heist, checking out the new update and everything, trying to find an optimal way to run it, minimal preps and everything so you could use it to money farm. But I ended up getting caught on this particular challenge that I kind of set out for myself with these certain parameters. So my goal was to do a no-kill, perfect stealth run on hard mode, solo, with using the staff door entrance. That was my goal. It was the simplest prep mission, so it was super easy to run through. But I ran into a bit of an issue. So going through the heist here starts off like any other heist. Drive to the Cortez Center, and then I have a super simple route of just going through all the guards and tasing everyone, because obviously I'm doing this without any optional prep. So this was all going well. Getting to the staff door is super quick, and obviously it's really easy because you don't have to aim. You can just hit body shots. I later found out the routes that people are using nowadays of using the shotgun, but this was supposed to be a no-kill route. One thing that's crazy about this heist too is that there are like 3 different hacks, and when I was trying to do this run over and over again, it takes a long time to do all those hacks. And don't get me started with the lasers. Well, I'll talk about it when I get there. So, I get downstairs, easy tases on everyone, get the hacks. Guards are either in like one of 2 spots, very easy to become familiar with. And then obviously we have the laser area. I did make 3 different guides for the 3 different laser patterns. However, that doesn't help when you just walk into lasers that aren't moving, which I often did. So you got to think about it. You got to think, so like as this video goes on, I'm going to show you all the different ways I tried to do this challenge, and you got to consider that with amongst all those attempts, there's like a million times where I just walk into a laser and have to restart the entire heist. So it took a long time. This is why this video is coming out now, like I even like 10 days after the heist came out, because I was at this for quite a while. But little jump there and everything. I don't need to go over the laser guide. You can watch my video on how to do the lasers, but get some iframes here, and then all is well. Get into the vault, open up get the painting. There's usually 2 paintings that spawn here. I never bothered with the elite challenge because sometimes the buyer's request that you need for it spawns in that locked room that needs 2 people to open the door. So I just ignore it. But everything's swell. Go out, taste this cam, go inside, delete the footage so you get more money. Don't worry about my take right here. I'm just keeping this painting so I didn't get all the extra money. Once a week, you'll get like 1.4 mil, but then otherwise you'll get like around 500K or something like that. So honestly, pay's not even bad. I don't mind it. Not the best in the world for sure, but anyways. So this is pretty much the exact route I did, or this is the exact route I did every single time. The problem is with the exit, because there's one of the challenges you have to escape without alerting the police. It has to be a full stealth run, and that includes driving all the way to actually deliver the painting at the end. And here is where things get interesting. So when I leave this elevator, the initial route was to just go straight and exit the way I came in. This police cutscene as well too, I've probably seen 100 million times. So for this particular run, this is like one of my first earlier runs, so I'm very like cautious. I don't really know how to exit out. And don't mind like the money and stuff. This is like some different runs all compiled together. So I tased that guy, end up getting seen. Of course, that's just chalked. All right, no problem. So I run it back. Different attempt. Don't mind the security gear as well. I was like trying out some different things. The challenge parameters remain the same for all of these. This is just me trying to figure out how to actually complete it. So for this route, I believe I tased the cam, as you do. And then yes, look, I'm being very precautious, checking the map, trying to see where these guards are. I shoot the cam because sometimes guards can hear it. I learned that later on. So this route here, so this route, I tase the security guard, sets off the alarm. So a little problematic because he is in the way. This next right here, I try to be a little bit slick. I kind of scope it out. I know I can't tase him, so I try to just work my way past him. And then kind of a tough little spot here, I end up kind of throwing, and he ends up just seeing me. So you could be thinking, oh, Wolfo, you're just trash, right? True, but I'll show you later on that this still doesn't work out, even if I was able to sneak by these guys. So anyways, staff exit is scuffed. My friend then tells me about a different exit, an exit that takes you right by the escape motorcycles that you can use to just quickly leave the heist. So that involves going to the big art room here and tasing the 4 guards. So there's one, this guard walks around a little bit, tase him, guard by the stairs, and then basically you need a key to drop from at least one of them in order to open the little escape at the bottom. So I got to jump down here, take out the guard, and then I got my key and I exit. Okay, so this is the first escape. So far, I think this is perfect. Oh, exit right beside the door. Super convenient, right by the bikes. Yeah, obviously I stun the cam, take out the cam so I can walk by it. And then I want to take out the guy because he's in the way. Sets off the alarm from being tased. Keep in mind, this is me like still learning this. So obviously I know now that tasing the guy sets off the alarm. So let me try a different route. Again, gotta emphasize, I probably did like 5 runs in between these just throwing on doing the laser route despite making a tutorial on how to get past them. So this took forever. So we try a different attempt. Except this time, I go out and we shoot the cam. You know, convenient so I don't have to worry about it. And I just escape. All is well, right? I don't have to deal with that guy. I can shoot the cam and just move on. However, it kind of seems like he turns around there and he sees me while I'm leaving. I also run into the wall, which doesn't help my case. So I alert the cops. Very well. It seems like I gotta take that guy out then. So we go on another route here. This time I tase the cam. I was still trying to figure it out a little bit. And then I tase the guard, but I'm seen. Who is this guy seeing me? So I'm like, it's gotta be a guy on the roof then or something, you know? But it still felt weird because I'm like, how did he see me? So I think I do the exact same thing again. Go through, you know, probably a million routes of me running to the lasers, tase the cam, but now he hears me tase the cam. So at this point, I know to shoot the cam. I know sometimes tasing the cam makes noise. So scammed once again. Not even scammed, but just trying to figure this out. So this time, we shoot the cam, and then I go for a melee takedown to see if that's quieter. That also does count as a kill, so I stopped doing that. I didn't know this at the time. But then I'm seen by this guy on the apparent roof again. So I say, you know what? Let's take out the guy on the roof. So I deploy a little drone here that actually has like a little tranquilizer on it, which allows you to take out guards. So I fly to the top. I completely miss point blank range. Don't worry about that. But I wait for it to recharge and then I trank him. So that's it. There's nobody on the roof. I'm kind of chilling here. Shoot the cam. And it's good. You know what? Looking back on this too, it does look like police were alerted, but it didn't actually say a police alert in the bottom left. So I'm guessing I'm still cool. But anyways, I tase this guy and then I'm seen again by that same guy, which I now realize is not the guy on the roof, but actually a guy inside of the building who's hearing me through the wall tasing this guy. That's a big part of it too. If you do this without any armor and kills, it's not a problem. You know, you shoot everyone, it's very quiet. The issue is the no-kill perfect stealth run. So, I get seen again. All right. So this route, I think, okay, maybe I just got unlucky that first time, right? Maybe I drove into that wall, lured the guards. So we go very carefully, take out the cam, leave the guard alone. This is where things start to get a little problematic. So I drive off. I do drive under this guy, but it doesn't seem to react at all. And I'm home free. Stay on the mountains. Can literally basically lose the cops while being on the mountains. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, the cops have been alerted. So at this point, I'm under the assumption that, one, I've been seen by the guy within that building while I'm tasing the guy or he hears it. So that leads me to believe that the interior is still loaded in. And for the only way this to happen is that one of the guys that I tased within the building, because, I forgot to mention earlier, when I'm using the computer to wipe the videotape of me stealing the painting for the extra money, I also temporarily disabled the CCTV cameras. So I'm assuming that gives me more than enough time to leave and not have to worry about the cameras. But after this happens, I'm assuming the cameras go back on, and because the interior is still loaded, one of those cameras is seeing one of the bodies that I took out with the taser. And I'm assuming it's the track camera that basically goes along a big track in the big museum area. So I say, okay, this run will tase the guys and I will take out the track camera because I'm assuming it's going to see that one body that I tased. So take out the track camera and I'm good. All the guys are down. Make my escape, no problem. But then the alarm goes off. So I'm like, what is going on? There's like a million guards and now the alarm went off. How is this possible? So I run it back. Go through here, tase the guys, and then I kind of just wait on the stairs for a second to see what's happening. Because I assume there's guards coming out from the bottom door. But then I get shot from behind me. So I'm like, what? Is the guy seeing me like on the second floor or something like that. Is that what's going on? He's alerting everyone. So I say, okay, fine. This time, I'll tase everyone, and then I'll hide in a different spot. Kind of see what's going on here. So I tase everyone, take out the track cam, hide behind this wall here, and then I see, okay, a guard does actually go up the stairs and kind of in this middle area. So I'm going to have to take Tim out as well, because obviously he's going to see a Barty. So I basically learned that shooting the track cam spawns guards. This is like a big revelation here. And so I take out that guy, but I'm alerted by apparently the guy on the second floor. So then I actually even go back to my other route, because I'm like, okay, I can't shoot this track cam. It spawns guys all over the place and it's just too hard. So I go back to my other route, except this time take a quick left. So I'm like, all right, maybe I am getting seen by the guy who I'm driving underneath, and it's just a bit of a delayed reaction. So I go here, take the road, cut it up before I reach the roadblock or this oncoming police car. And then I'm like, all right, we're good, right? You know, all clear, still no alarm, still no alarm, almost at the road, still no alarm. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I just need to get out of the Kortz center earlier. And then the alarm goes off. So now it's back to the track cam. I got to figure out how to take out this track cam without alerting guys. So this time I'm like, all right, the guy above sees me take out the guy below. So this time I take out the guy above first. So then when the guy spawns in, when I shoot the track cam, there's no one to see him. So I do my usual run, tase, get the key. That guy falls down. It is what it is. I think it's fine. And then I go down here, tase this guy, and all is clear. I chill for a second, make sure no one's seen, nothing else is going off, to try to just really narrow in that it is in fact the track cam alerting everyone. So then now I shoot the track cam and I just wait. But then the body that went over the railing actually gets seen by the guy who was entering. So another chalked run. This time I said, you know what? Maybe I'm undervaluing how important the rappel route is, because when you rappel in, you actually disable that track cam. So it's basically like a free camera takeout that comes with this entrance. So I was like, okay, seems pretty valuable. So we go in here, disable the track cam. And then I even take out the guys here. I get my key ahead of time. Perfect. Do the same route. Everything goes well. Go back up the stairs. When you tase guys, they also tend to respawn in the exact spot. I guess they do wake up after a while, seemingly when you reload an area. So anyways, I go back here, tase. No track cam, no extra guards. All is good. My friend said he did it this way and got perfect stealth. So I was like, all right, perfect. So I hop on the bike. That being said, my friend did not tase everyone. My friend was killing everyone. That's a key point. The tase seems to be what's the problem here. So I do my little escape route, and you already know I get seen while I'm on the mountain. Very well. Now, this footage is a little scuffed. I don't know why the recording was like 1 FPS. But here's a problem with the security entrance when you're playing solo doing a no-kill run. If the two guys spawn by this staircase, you can't take out both of them. And I really couldn't figure out a way to get up this staircase in order to do the rappel entrance. So this pretty much completely chalked up the rappel entrance for me entirely, because those guys two spawn. I want a consistent route. If those guys spawn, you can't really get in. So this time, I say, okay, let me take out the track cam first. Just seeing if I can do something different. Maybe it respawns the guards in a different way. So we go, take out the track cam. And I wait behind this wall this time to just really scope out the area. I'm even looking at the map. I know where everyone is. So it's like, okay, perfect. Go tase. Because it actually spawns two guys. It basically spawns a guy that walks through the middle and kind of chills, and then a guy that walks up the stairs. But so I tase all these guys. The guy on the second floor doesn't see me. This entire level is perfectly clear now. So I'm like, all right, perfect. When I go back here, maybe they'll even be in the same spot, so I can just tase them again, or maybe they'll spawn differently. But let me just try tasing them first. So then I'm going downstairs, and we run into a problem. Shooting the track cam not only spawns more guards in the main museum area, but it also spawns more guards downstairs near the vault. and it spawns like 2 extra or 3 extra, but it's actually just too much because it messes up my entire consistent route of going tase, tase, tase. There's like 3 guys in this one hallway now, and I end up getting seen. So I said, okay, we do have to tase we have to take out the track cam after. So this right here, I'm going out, but now I'm confident. Now I know where these guys spawn. So it's okay, should be just fine. Tase, tase, tase. Take out the track cam. I know exactly where these 2 new guards are going to spawn. I wait for the one guy to be turning, and then I tase him. And as it turns out, shooting this track cam spawns guys in the main museum level, 2 guys, spawns guys downstairs, and it spawns an additional guy on the 2nd floor of the museum level who is alerted by me stunning that guy. You can hear it. So I'd say, okay, this whole track cam thing, chalked. The rappel entrance, chalked. Let me just isolate every variable here and just see if I can just escape. Just doing my tase round, just escape. So I end up getting the keys that you get that can randomly drop from the guards on the safe level. And I go out the parking garage door here. So I'm very cautious, go out. This is actually what my friend and I did to try to escape, but we end up getting seen by the cops later on. Here's the issue though. I'm in the field, I'm fine. There's no track cam. I never even went in the museum area. The only guards I took out were the ones that I tased on the safe room level. So obviously I'm a little worried, potentially running to the cops. I'm gonna have to steal a car once I get next to the road. But I actually don't even have to worry about that because the cops have been alerted. I don't know how, literally how. Because even if that when I was saying when I disable the CTV cams, even when I take those CTV cams out and they turn back on eventually, all the guys I take out aren't in any of the cams. So I don't know. This is why I say this is impossible. Again, solo, hard mode, but most importantly, full stealth the entire time and no kills. I just think it's impossible. I think it's literally impossible. This took me forever. This whole point of this was me to find the most optimal, consistent route to do this heist. And I ended up finding the least inconsistent, most impossible route. So yeah, just wanted to share this and maybe put out the challenge to you. Maybe you can figure out a way to do this challenge. I'd be impressed. I'd be very interested to see how you can do it. But a silver lining to all of this is I did get enough money to have $100 million in the bank. Yes, very exciting. Obviously, I've made more money than this on GTA, but I've never had 9 figures in the bank. Despite the fact that I wasted 10 days trying to figure out an optimal route through the Kortz heist, I can safely retire, go into GTA 6, knowing my GTA 5 character is well off. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Perhaps you found this a little interesting. Perhaps it inspired you to potentially try to find a route of doing a no-kill full stealth run. And I'll see you next time. Take care.